Which are the 10 best novels about Georgia? Would you include the work of Margaret Mitchell, Flannery O'Connor, Erskine Caldwell? Are any of the top 10 writers still alive today? Are there any surprises in the top 10? It's remarkable how many great novels are set in Georgia. There are 3 Pulitzer Prize winners, several became acclaimed movies, and each of the writers was also a Georgian. Here are the top 10 novels about Georgia selected by Georgia Backroads magazine. Number 10, The Beloved Invader by Eugenia Price, 1965. A sweetly sweeping tale of a Yankee newcomer to St. Simon's Island who grows to love and to be loved by the island people. Readers become intimately acquainted with the characters and the setting thanks to the author's unsurpassed gift for blending past and place. After finishing the book, many readers make it a point to visit Christ Church and its lovely historic graveyard. Number 9, The Heart is a Lonely Hunter by Carson McCullers, 1940. This aptly named novel follows despairing, hopeless characters, including an impoverished teenage girl passionate about music, an elderly black doctor who unsuccessfully devoted his life to advancing the case of his family and his people, and a thoughtful and well-regarded deaf mute who quietly struggles with his own longings and demons. Number 8, Swamp Water by Vereen Bell, 1940. This tale pits the protagonist against man and wilderness. The story follows young Ben Reagan, who risks his life and reputation to befriend Tom Kiefer, a killer hiding in the mysterious, perilous Okefenokee Swamp. The movie, starring Walter Brennan and Dana Andrews, debuted in 1941. Vereen Bell, the writer, was killed in action in the Pacific in 1944. Number 7, Run with the Horsemen by Pharoah Sams, 1982. Porter Osborne is a precocious boy raised right on a Depression-era Georgia farm. This novel is a strung-together series of humorous or touching incidents from outhouse to farmhouse to schoolhouse, as Porter matures in an imperfect family in a Georgia segregated by race and sex and class. Number 6, Cold Sassy Tree by Olive Ann Burns, 1984. The story of a boy growing up in a town scandalized by his grandfather's remarriage just weeks after his grandmother's death. A rich, sweet, touching, humorous novel about life in small-town Georgia a century ago. Number 5, To Dance with the White Dog by Terry Kay, 1990. A gifted and prolific writer, Kay achieved fame with this lovely tale of an elderly widower who loved his wife and who loves and is loved by his grown children. Although feeble with age, his mind remains sharp and his spirit unbowed as he deals with life's curves, including a mysterious dog that shows up one day. Even the most stoic reader will fight back tears as this story concludes. The movie, starring Jessica Tandy and Hume Cronin, debuted in 1993. Number 4, Lamb in His Bosom by Caroline Miller, 1933. In 1934, this became the first novel by a Georgia writer to receive the Pulitzer Prize. It is the story of a hard-working, close-knit family striving to survive the years leading to the Civil War. Saturated with images of frontier living for the yeoman farmer, the storytelling has a feel for Georgia flora and fauna and the ebb and flow of our seasons that only an admiring and observant native could impart. Number 3, The Swan House by Elizabeth Musser, 2001. A moving account of an Atlanta high school senior's journey of introspection and discovery after her family is rocked by her mother's death in the 1962 airliner crash at Orly Airport in Paris. Elizabeth Musser is the only one of these writers still living. Number 2, Deliverance by James Dickey, 1970. A dark and gripping tale of 4 suburban men canoeing a wild mountain river, plunged into life or death struggles against man and nature. The famously dark movie starring Burt Reynolds, Jon Voight, Ned Beatty, and Ronnie Cox debuted in 1972. And number 1, Gone with the Wind by Margaret Mitchell, 1936. This Pulitzer Prize winner is a sweeping, magnificent portrayal of the fall of the Old South through the eyes of the planter class. The author was a superb writer and storyteller, and her presentation of the Atlanta campaign proves she was also a skilled historian. The movie, starring Vivian Leigh, Olivia de Havilland, Clark Gable, and Leslie Howard, debuted in 1939. Do you disagree with our list? Would you include novels by Alice Walker, Cora Harris, Flannery O'Connor, or others? Tell us what you think, and we'll post a sequel explaining why we chose these 10 and didn't include other famous books, including the third Pulitzer Prize winner. Thank you for watching this Georgia Backroads program.